Sarah stared at the glowing screen of her laptop, the clock on the wall ticking past midnight once again. Her fingers flew across the keys, refining lines of code that felt more like pieces of her soul than mere programming. "This is pointless, Sarah," her husband Mark had said earlier that evening, his voice laced with frustration as he cleared the dinner plates she hadn't touched. "You're chasing shadows while our real life slips away. The kids barely see you anymore." Those words cut deeper than any rejection letter from investors ever could. But what Mark didn't know, what no one knew, was that Sarah's late nights were building something extraordinary. Hey everyone, if you've ever had a dream that everyone around you dismissed as impossible, stick with me through this story because by the end, you might just find the courage to chase yours too. If Sarah's journey moves you, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of ordinary people doing the extraordinary. Sarah and Mark had met in college, two bright-eyed dreamers with big plans. She was studying computer science, fascinated by how technology could solve everyday problems, especially for working mothers like her own had been. Mark was in business, practical and ambitious in a traditional sense, steady job, promotions, the white picket fence. They married young, had two beautiful children, Emily and little Jack, and settled into a comfortable suburban life. On paper, it was perfect. But Sarah carried a quiet ache. After Jack's difficult birth, she struggled with balancing her part-time tech job and motherhood. The guilt of missing milestones, the exhaustion of pumping milk in office bathrooms, and the invisible load of managing it all, it lit a fire in her. One sleepless night, while rocking Jack back to sleep, an idea struck her. What if there was an AI-powered platform that truly understood the chaos of modern family life? Not just another scheduling app, but something intuitive that predicted needs, connected moms with local resources, streamlined household logistics, and even offered emotional support through smart wellness integrations. She called it Harmony Home. It started as sketches on napkins, then late-night coding sessions after the kids were in bed. Sarah poured her savings into it, every bonus, every tax refund, keeping it secret even from Mark at first. She told herself it was just a hobby, a way to feel alive again. But deep down, she knew it was her purpose. The first few years were brutal. Sarah balanced her day job, motherhood, and secret startup life like a juggler on a tightrope. She'd sneak away during lunch breaks to meet with freelance developers she paid out of her own pocket. Rejections piled up. Too niche, investors said. The market's saturated with family apps. At home, tension simmered. Mark noticed her distance. "You're always exhausted, Sarah. Is there someone else?" he asked one night, his eyes filled with hurt rather than anger. She wanted to tell him everything, but fear held her back. What if he was right? What if this was pointless? Their arguments grew sharper. One evening, after Emily's school play that Sarah missed because of a crucial server crash, Mark exploded. "This business of yours is tearing us apart. It's pointless, Sarah. Pointless. You're not an entrepreneur. You're a mom, my wife. We had plans." Tears streamed down her face as she retreated to the garage, which she'd converted into her makeshift office. She cried for hours, questioning everything. Was she selfish? The guilt gnawed at her. Emily started asking why mommy was always tired, and Jack clung to her more on the rare nights she was present. Sarah nearly quit. She stared at her code one night, cursor blinking like a heartbeat, and whispered, "Maybe he's right." But something inside her refused to die. A single mother in her beta testing group sent a message that changed everything. "Harmony Home saved me today. My toddler had a meltdown. The app suggested calm activities based on his patterns, and connected me with a local playgroup. For the first time, I didn't feel alone." That feedback fueled Sarah through the darkest months. She refined the AI relentlessly, adding features born from her own struggles, predictive grocery lists that accounted for picky eaters, mental health check-ins disguised as family games, seamless integration with school calendars. Slowly, word spread in mom communities online. Users grew from dozens to hundreds, then thousands. Sarah quit her day job quietly, using severance to hire her first small team, mostly other mothers working remotely. Challenges kept coming. Funding was a nightmare. Banks laughed at her. Angel investors wanted her to pivot to something bigger, like corporate tools. Cash flow was so tight she once maxed out credit cards to keep servers running. Family vacations became impossible. Mark grew colder, throwing himself into his own career for distraction. "I love you," he'd say during rare quiet moments, "but I don't know who we are anymore." Sarah's heart broke daily. She'd watch him play with the kids in the backyard, laughter echoing while she worked in shadows, wondering if her dream was costing her everything she held dear. Then came the breakthrough. A viral TikTok from a popular parenting influencer showcased Harmony home during a chaotic morning routine. Downloads skyrocketed overnight. Media picked it up. The app every exhausted mom needs. Partnerships with major retailers followed. Sarah's team expanded rapidly. She moved operations out of the garage into a small office space, still hiding the full scope from Mark. He saw the extra income as a nice side hustle, grumbling about another gadget phase. But internally, venture capitalists were circling. Valuations climbed. Sarah negotiated deals with trembling hands, remembering every doubt, every tear. The pivotal day arrived during a routine family dinner. Mark was scrolling news on his phone when he froze. "Sarah, what is this?" His voice was barely a whisper. The headline read, "Harmony Home acquired for $2 billion by tech giant." Below it, a photo of Sarah at the signing table, looking composed but with eyes full of quiet triumph. The article detailed how her little family app had revolutionized household management, boasting millions of users and AI patents that made it indispensable. Mark's fork clattered to the plate. Emily and Jack looked up curiously. "Mommy's company?" Emily asked innocently. Sarah's hands shook as she nodded. "Yes, it wasn't pointless, Mark. It was us. It was for our family and every family like ours." Tears welled in Mark's eyes. Shock, pride, regret crashing over him like a wave. He stood up, pulled her into his arms right there in the kitchen, sobbing apologies. "I called it pointless. God, Sarah, I was so blind. I saw the late nights and missed dinners, but not the genius, the love behind it. I'm so sorry." They held each other as the kids cheered, confused but happy at the sudden emotion. That night, for the first time in years, they talked until dawn. About her fears, his insecurities, the pressure of traditional roles that had blinded him. Mark admitted his own stalled dreams and how watching her succeed humbled him deeply. In the months that followed, their marriage transformed. Mark left his corporate job to help manage the foundation Sarah established with part of the proceeds, supporting women-led startups and maternal mental health programs. They took the kids on adventures they'd only dreamed of, rebuilding bonds with intention. Harmony Home continued growing, now touching lives globally, from busy cities to quiet rural towns. Sarah became a voice for overlooked dreamers, sharing her story in interviews with raw honesty. Looking back, Sarah realized the real victory wasn't the billions or the acquisition. It was proving to herself that her voice mattered, that persistence through doubt could light the way for others. Mark often said, "Your pointless business taught me the most valuable lesson. Never underestimate the quiet power of someone who refuses to quit." If Sarah's story touched your heart, the struggles, the doubts, the ultimate triumph, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps more people discover these inspiring tales. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a story that might just change how you see your own dreams. Remember this: your ideas might seem pointless to the world right now, but one day, they could be worth billions, and more importantly, they could heal your soul and strengthen your loved ones. Keep building, keep believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. What's your pointless dream? Share it in the comments below. I read every single one. See you in the next video.